faithful Niner Empire. What's good? What's good? What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Welcome back to another show with yours truly, Jay in the Bay, the What's Good show. Huge shout out to the 49ers Cutback. The 49ers are currently on a 2-game winning streak. We didn't blow out the Chargers, but hey, a win is a win. But we definitely know we have to improve and continue to get better week by week. We've got another familiar foe we're facing in the Arizona Cardinals. Will be an international game in Mexico City on Monday Night Football prime time. I can't wait for this game. I don't know about you, Faithful, but when I think of the Arizona Cardinals, I think of a talented team, a lot of speed on both sides of the ball, but they've yet to really play consistently enough. They haven't played a full 4 quarters yet. They obviously right now, I believe they're 4-6 in the division. And obviously I'm sure they felt that they would be a playoff team this year, and they still could be, but they've dealt with injuries just like the 49ers had. And unfortunately, one of their main stars and one of their biggest stars, Kyler Murray, he missed last week's game with a hamstring injury. And I believe Kyler and Colt McCoy, they practiced today on a limited basis. And DeAndre Hopkins, their best wide receiver, who they just got back from a PED suspension, unfortunately, he suffered a hamstring injury. So he did not practice today. So, hey, the Cardinals are banged up, but obviously no one's going to feel sorry for them. They still have a lot of talent on their roster. You look at speed at the wide receiver position. You look at their linebackers who can fly around the field. Unfortunately, Budda Baker won't be playing in this game, I believe, due to an ankle injury. So that's another knock on the Arizona Cardinals. But this Cardinals team beat the 49ers last year 2 times. They swept us. Once with Kyler Murray, once with Colt McCoy. So I don't think the 49er players will take this team lightly, or the coaching staff. But, as fans, hey, short for fanatic, you can feel how you want. But for me personally, I do not take this Cardinals team lightly due to the fact that they swept us, last year. And they're still very talented team. So this is the preview, obviously, of the Niners and Cardinals game. Let's get into Jay's 5 big things.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5 big things.
Number 1, the 49ers have got to pounce on the Cardinals. Last season, in the last game we played against the Arizona Cardinals, they got up on us in the first quarter, 14-0. And we know the 49ers don't play great from behind. It's not really how the team is structured. We're more of a, hey, win the time of possession, run the ball. We're that type of team. So I think we have to not allow the Cardinals to get a big lead on us. Surprise, surprise. But hey, stay in the fight. Don't allow big plays from this Cardinals offense. Even if Kyler doesn't start, and it's Colt McCoy, but he's dealing with an injury as well. We really don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty at the Arizona Cardinals quarterback spot. We really won't have any idea until, game time. I would surmise that Kyler and Colt McCoy will be game time decisions. Whoever can start. If neither one of them can start, then it would be the 3rd string quarterback. But we have to pounce on this Cardinals team. They are pretty good in defending the run, but they do have other areas on their defense where the 49ers should be able to take advantage of. And that's what I anticipate Kyle Shanahan and his 49ers offense to do. So let's pounce on the Cardinals. Number 2. This is pretty simple. I think the Cardinals, when you look at them statistically with other NFL teams, they don't do anything really great on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, Kyler, he's a playmaker. He can run all over the field. He can make plays with his legs, but statistically, they're not a great rushing team. They're not a great passing team. They're basically middle of the pack in rushing, passing, and scoring. So I think it would be in the best interest of the Niners to make this Cardinals team just be a passing team. We'll slow down their run. We know they want to run the ball with James Conner. I don't know if you remember, Faithful, but he ran pretty good on us last season. I think he had maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. So we definitely want to, shut him down and make whoever is at quarterback to win the game with their arm. And I think that would definitely benefit the 49ers pass rush and the secondary. So that's number 2, make the Cardinals offense one-dimensional. Let's get into number 3. I feel that this 49ers offense has underachieved so far this season. Coming off of the bye week, only scoring 22 points versus the LA Chargers. That to me is disappointing. Yes, I'm glad we got the win, but I think this offense should be able to score, 30 or more points each game with all the firepower we have. And a quick note on the Arizona Cardinals, 3 out of their last 4 games, they've allowed their opponents to score at least 30 points. They played, I think it's Seattle, New Orleans, and Minnesota Vikings. So I think we can score at least 30 points against this, this banged up Cardinals defense. And I think if we do that, it'll definitely take some pressure off of this 49ers defense. I mean, we have to win some games on offense. It can't be the defense every game, keeping us in the game and making big plays. The offense needs to do their job as well. So I think if we score at least 30 points in this game, the Cardinals are definitely a defense that is ailing right now. They're without one of their best players in Budda Baker. So I think the Niners offense can definitely step up to the plate and score at least 30 points in this game. Number 4. Definitely got to hit them where it hurts. As I mentioned before, this Cardinals defense, they are 3rd worst in the NFL in points allowed. And I think this 49ers offense can flourish. We talk about CMC. We talk about Elijah Mitchell. Boy, Elijah Mitchell was a blast from the past. He led the team in rushing. I would not have guessed that prior to the game, but we know Shanahan loves to ride the hot hand. Elijah Mitchell, definitely great to see him back. Brandon Ayuk, he's had a great 3 to 4 game stretch with Jimmy G. It seems like their rapport is continuing to grow. I would say, hey, let's get Kittle more involved. Let's get Debo more involved. But definitely got to hit him where it hurts with this Cardinals defense. They have speed, but they are missing one of their best safeties. And I think the 49ers should be able to take advantage of that. I think there was a stat where the 49ers are among all 32 NFL teams have the most yak, and the Cardinals defense is one of the worst teams in allowing yak. So, that sounds like we should be able to catch the ball in the open field, make some guys miss, and scamper down the field and hopefully get into the end zone. So that's number 4, hit them where it hurts. We're going to need this offense to score some points against this Cardinals team. Number 5. Go, Jimmy, go, go, go. So, Jimmy, he's been playing well, and we're going to need Jimmy to continue to play well in order for this offense to thrive. I know, Jimmy is what he is. He's limited. We know that, but Shanahan has put him in this position, so we need Jimmy to perform. I just hope that Jimmy can, be his normal self, preferably no turnovers. He didn't have any touchdown passes last game, but if he can get 2 touchdowns, no INTs, maybe, 20 of 25 passing, I will take that any day of the week. I'll take that from every week up until, hey, if we get to the Super Bowl, if he has that type of completion percentage and also not turning over the ball. So Jimmy has played well. I think we're going to need him to continue to do that. Now, J.J. Watt is a guy definitely you need to watch out for. Number 99 can still wreak havoc. But our interior of our offensive line has done pretty well. Haven't given up a sack, Burford or Banks. I'm not sure if Brendel has, but he's been solid as well. But definitely J.J. Watt will test this interior of our offensive line. And the key to Jimmy playing well is protection. Got to be able to protect Jimmy so he has time to survey the field and make the best decision with the ball in his hands. But those are Jay's 5 big things. Let's get into Hey Jay.
Hey Jay!
Now it's time for Hey Jay, where viewers can submit their questions about the upcoming game. Let's get into the first question. We have Joe Wallace. What's good? Appreciate the question, Joe. Joe says, hey, Jay, do you think Kyle Shanahan is too conservative? I think he is conservative, but I think he's actually been a little aggressive this year. Let me say in the last 4 to 5 games, Jimmy has thrown the ball deep. There have been situations where the 49ers have gone for, short distance, like especially fourth down. The 49ers have gone for, a conversion. I think maybe in the red zone, we could be a little bit more aggressive, maybe maybe on fourth down, going for it instead of, kicking a field goal. But I think Shanahan, I can understand why some fans would feel he's conservative because Shanahan is relying on this team's defense. The defense shut out the Chargers in the second half last week. The 49ers offense didn't really need to be super aggressive because Shanahan's like, hey, the defense is shutting down Herbert and the Chargers offense. They can't really move the ball. So we can be more conservative, on offense. But I think Shanahan should have plays where Jimmy continues to throw the ball downfield. I'm not sure about the status of Danny Gray. I know he got hurt in pregame workouts last week before the Chargers game, but I think if Shanahan allows Jimmy to continue to throw the ball down the field, at least have that deep threat that'll at least, have the defense be careful or be mindful of the deep ball. I think that's a part of aggressiveness that Shanahan can employ. But I think whenever this 49ers offense, which I think has underachieved so far, I think people have the right to say, well, it is due to the offense being conservative. But we know Shanahan loves to ride the run game, loves to run the ball, win the time of possession. But to answer your question, Joe, yeah, Shanahan is conservative. Yes, he's conservative. Part of it is because who's at quarterback, but Shanahan put him there, and also due to this defense, which is playing lights out. So yes, but appreciate the question, Joe. Next question. We have Jess. What's good? Jess says, what scares you the most about this Cardinals team? Great question, Jess. If Kyler Murray plays, it's definitely Kyler Murray. He's a guy that is hard to contain. And I think at times throughout this season, the 49ers defense has had trouble containing mobile quarterbacks. All it takes is 1 or 2 plays that can flip a game. And I think previous quarterbacks have done that. Justin Fields. There's another mobile quarterback whose name is not on the top of my head right now, so I can't mention it. But you look at who we played, there have been some mobile quarterbacks who have made plays. Marcus Mariota, that's the guy, Marcus Mariota. Obviously that scares me. I think Hollywood Brown, I believe he is practicing. No guarantee he'll play, but he brings a speed element to this Cardinals offense that is a threat. They also have Rondell Moore, who's a speed element. DeAndre Hopkins, if he plays, he's a beast. J.J. Watt, he can create havoc on this defensive line, and their linebackers fly around the field. So there's a lot of things that scare me about this Cardinals team. I'm treating them with the utmost respect because they swept us last year and they are a talented team, but they haven't really put together a complete 4-quarter game. But yeah, there's a lot to be mindful about this Cardinals team, that's for sure. But appreciate the question, Jess. All right, we got 49er Classic. What's good? 49er Classic says, can Colt McCoy carry the Cardinals? I don't know if he can carry the Cardinals for a full season, but definitely a handful of games. He can definitely carry the Cardinals. I mean, like I said before, this might be the 3rd time I'm saying it. Colt McCoy and the Cardinals, James Conner, they beat us last year. They swept us. So, even if Colt starts, he can get rid of the ball out quickly. He's a professional quarterback. He knows the offense. He can read defense. And he can play. Colt McCoy can play. Is he a franchise quarterback? No, but he's probably one of the better backup quarterbacks in the NFL. And Colt McCoy can definitely spot out a man or his own defense and knows where to go with the ball. So Colt McCoy can definitely present issues to this 49ers defense. Appreciate the question, 49er Classic.
The way, Jay.
It's time for Fade Away. Jay, appreciate everyone rocking out with me tonight. Huge shout out to the 49ers Cutback crew. But yeah, I think this is going to be an exciting game. I'm looking forward to the 49ers and Cardinals meeting up. This is the first matchup of the season between the two teams. This is a division rival game, so a lot is riding on this game. We're playing international game, Mexico City, in front of the world on Monday Night Football. And I like the Niners in this game. I think the Niners can win this game. But obviously, there's uncertainty with the Cardinals of who's playing at quarterback. But I think whoever plays, I think the 49ers should have some advantages. I'm excited to see, obviously our best offensive players, Devo, Ayuk, CMC, Kittle, Elijah Mitchell. I'm excited to see, those guys perform out there. Juwan Jennings, like he kind of came out of nowhere. He doesn't get a lot of targets, but the targets he gets are very, very meaningful. Jimmy G loves to throw to Juwan Jennings on third down. The guy, he's got that dog in him, that's for sure. And I'm looking forward to, our defense going up against the Cardinals offense. I'm not sure if D-Hop's going to play, but I know Rondale Moore, he can be a difference maker out there. But yeah, I'm excited for this game. Obviously, the Niners got to take care of the ball, got to win on defense on third down, get that offense off the field, and vice versa. The 49ers offense has to convert third downs, and we got to be better in the red zone. Last week, we were only 2 of 5. Let's make that 4 of 5 or 5 of 5. And I think, the Niners will be in a great position to win. I think this will be somewhat of a high-scoring game. I said the same thing last week, but I think this will be like a 31-24 49er victory, and I think it should be an exciting game. And who doesn't want to play in front of the world Monday night, the standalone game? But that's all I got on What's Good with yours truly, Jay in the Bay. I got the Niners winning 31-24. Book it. I'll see you guys in the next one.